This is third module, customer satisfaction and customer involvement. Introduction. The most important asset of an organization is its customer. An organization's success depends on how many customers it has, how much they buy, and how often they buy. Customers that are satisfied will increase in number, buy more, and buy more frequently. Satisfied customers also pay their bills promptly, which greatly improves cash flow, the lifeblood of any organization. Increasingly, manufacturing and service organizations are using customer satisfaction as the measure of quality. The importance of customer satisfaction is not only due to national competition but also due to worldwide competition. This fact is reflected in the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Awards, where customer satisfaction accounts for 30% of the total points. Similarly, customer satisfaction standards are woven throughout ISO 9000:2000. Customer satisfaction is one of the major purposes of a quality management system. This is customer satisfaction organizational diagram, where first comes CEO, then senior managers, then functional operational areas, then frontline representative, and finally customer. The most successful TQM programs begin by defining quality from the customer's perspective. Quality means meeting or exceeding the customer's expectations. Dr. Deming added that quality also means anticipating the future needs of the customer. Customer satisfaction, not increasing profits, should be the primary goal of the organization. It is the most important consideration because satisfied customers will lead to increased profits. The circle represents the customer's needs and the square depicts the product or service offered by the organization. Total satisfaction is achieved when the offer matches the need or the circle is superimposed on the square. The goal is to cover the expected performance level better than the competitors. The customer has satisfying perceives that part of the square that lies within the circle and the part of the square outside the circle is perceived as unnecessary. It is important that the organization listens to the voice of the customer and ensures that its marketing, design, production, and distribution processes truly meet the expectations of the customer. Customer satisfaction seems simple enough, and yet it is far from simple. Customer satisfaction is not an objective statistic, but more of a feeling or attitude. Although certain statistical patterns can be developed to represent customer satisfaction, it is best to remember that people's opinions and attitudes are subjective by nature. Because customer satisfaction is subjective, it is hard to measure. If customer satisfaction strategies are developed around clearly stated, logical customer opinions and the emotional issues of a purchase are disregarded, this can be a costly mistake. The value customers place on one product compared to another may be a better indicator of customer loyalty. Customer loyalty can be sustained only by maintaining a favorable comparison when compared with competitors. Who is the customer? There are two distinct types of customers, external and internal. An external customer can be defined in many ways, such as the one who uses a product or service, the one who purchases the product or service, or the one who influences the sale of the product or service. For instance, McDonald's determined the customer to be the child when they introduced their Happy Meals. The child never paid for the meals, but the child influenced the sale. Oftentimes, parents purchase mobiles and yet the teenage children use the mobiles. The identity of the external customer is not always easy to determine. An external customer exists outside the organization and generally falls into three categories: current, prospective, and lost customers. Each category provides valuable customer satisfaction information for the organization. Every employee in an organization should know how his or her job enhances the total satisfaction of the external customer. Performance should be continually improved in order to retain existing customers and to gain new ones. An internal customer is just as important. Every function, whether it is engineering, order processing, or production, has an internal customer. Each receives a product or service and in exchange provides a product or service. Every person in a process is considered a customer of the preceding operation. Each worker's goal is to make sure that the quality meets the expectations of the next person. When that happens throughout the manufacturing, sales, and distribution chain, the satisfaction of the external customer should be assured. Who is the customer? This is a diagram which indicates customer or supplier chain where inputs from the external customers, then internal customers, and then outputs to external customer. What you need from me? The formula for successful internal customer or supplier relationships varies, but it always begins with people asking their internal customers three basic questions. First is, what do you need from me? Second one is, what do you do with my output? And third one is, are there any gaps between what you need and what you get? Before making a major purchase, some people check consumer magazines that rate product quality. During the period 1980 to 1988, the quality of the product and its performance ranked first, price was second, and service was third. During the period 1989 to 1992, product quality remained the most important factor, but service ranked above price in importance. An American Society for Quality (ASQ) survey on end user perceptions of important factors that influenced purchases showed the following ranking. This is customer perception of quality. First, performance. Next, features. Next, service. Warranty. Price. Reputation.